Hello and welcome back to Alex Go Sailing. In this episode it will be the final one for Misumi, as I've now sold her, but don't worry, I've got a new boat that will be unveiled in the next episode, so stay tuned and subscribe for that one. But in this one we're going to cover why I sold Misumi and also where she's gone and some footage you haven't seen yet. So for those of you that haven't seen the previous episodes, I'm going to give you a little history on Misumi. We bought her for £60 and picked her up off someone's drive. It was completely bare hull, just rotten wood inside. So me and my friend Sam, that I met at college, we refitted Misumi, completely refreshed the inside. It was to a budget, but overall it came out quite well for such a small boat. And we eventually got her on the water after quite a lot of procrastination, and we sailed her for about three or so years, taking her mostly to Chichester Harbour and around the Solent area, but I did take her down to the southwest as you saw in the last episode, but it was time for an upgrade, so I decided to sell her. The reason why we sold her is because she is a very small boat. Headroom is not the greatest in there, and as you can see on Misumi, she's got two bunks, and then she's got a switchboard room thing, little control box, and you don't get the most amount of room, and you can't bring everything you kind of want to bring. Like, we couldn't cook on Misumi properly because you could bring a stove and stuff, but you couldn't have like a very small fridge running. You couldn't like load her up because she's a small boat. She's meant to be a day sailor, so you can't, like, going out for weekends was pushing it at most of the time. And now I really want to get into going for maybe weeks away or going a bit further afield, and but I still want a small boat. Now another reason why I sold Misumi is that the way she's designed is she's got a stub keel in the middle and then two thin fins on the side. So we'd beach her quite regularly on the beach, and occasionally if you found a soft spot, the fin, and you got it like just right aligned, you wake up in the morning and the boat would be heeled over because that fin's just dug in at the side. So it was a bit of a lottery when you're drying up on the beach. So another problem is me and Sam are quite tall, and being able to get into Misumi is not difficult, but it is annoying, and you can't really stand up or even can't even crouch stand up or anything, so it's a bit annoying. And for weekends it's perfectly fine, but if I'm doing longer passages and things like that, I want to have a bit more room in the boat, as well, it's much more comfortable really. Now we did make a lot of upgrades to Misumi over the time we had her. We've installed new mast and sails and stuff. We've done the electrics with all the nice lights and charging ports everywhere, and we've learned quite a lot when we were building this boat because it's the first boat we've built, and it turned out quite nicely actually. And we got it set up perfectly for a weekend, so you go down to the coast, like say Saturday morning, launch her, sail around and spend the night, and sail around the next day and then come straight back. For that it's quite nice, but if you want to do longer, it's not the most comfortable and you can't really cook on her. So another reason for selling Misumi is her seaworthiness. So when you're out in the Solent, for example, you can get a few waves, and in any kind of sea state, Misumi is no good. She can't handle the waves. Well, she can handle the waves very well, as we found out, but she's no good in handling the bigger choppy waves, and it's not the most comfortable thing. And we did test it properly. We were going in some pretty big waves and we were going in them and we couldn't see over the top of them, and we turned around immediately, but it was good fun. But Sam did not enjoy that one, and neither did I really, but we kind of want to find a boat that's much more seaworthy and can deal with the bigger waves and not have to worry about it too much. As Misumi, you're always checking the forecast and seeing, oh, is it going to be too windy, is it going to be too this, is the sea's going to be too much, but ideally want to find a boat that's a bit better than that. But she sails perfectly, she's fast as you can tell. We snapped the mast off because we were going so fast, but we just want something that can handle the waves a bit better. So on sailboatdata.com, a great resource for any boat, as it gives you a lot of like numbers and data that you can actually use and make decisions from. Also helps if you haven't got some measurements for your boat that you might want to know. But on this one, if you go to the Sailboat Calculations, they give you some different numbers. So comfort ratio is 10.16, and in the definitions, when it says comfort ratio, it says numbers below 20 indicate a lightweight racing boat, 20 to 30 indicates coastal cruiser, 30 to 40 indicates a moderate blue water, and then 50 heavy blue water boat. So being only 10 doesn't even get it into a coastal cruiser, and that's really what kind of boat I want to get. So being a 10 is more of a lake sailor and like in sheltered waters kind of area, so that's not great. Also, if you go to the next one, the capsize figure, so anything, the boat is better suited for ocean passages if the calculation is 2 or less. The lower the number, the better. So on our rating, we are 2.49, which is over that, so it's not that great. Also, when you look at like the sail area displacement and all that stuff, she hasn't got too much because she's lightweight and she's a day sailor. Great for that stuff, but for going proper coastal sailing, you want something a little bit better than that. Now there are other versions of the Silhouette, like the later Mark III and the 4. They've got 2 keels, fiberglass encapsulated, and they're quite nice, and they'd sail much better than the Mark II GRP version, which is still quite rare, and it's when they transferred from the plywood to the GRP. So that would be a good upgrade, but really, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to want something that can go more coastal and handle a bit tougher things, as I like to abuse my boats a little bit. So really going to a Mark III, I'd want something bigger because you're still getting the same amount of room, and getting something much bigger, well, can't complain really. Now I've listed her for just over £1,000, and I've probably spent twice that, if not a little bit more. But I'm keeping the outboard, I'm keeping the dolly thing that I've got set up for it, and I put Misumi on a different trailer, a caravan trailer, flatbed thing that I've modified to make launching easy. But yeah, so I'm selling it like that, and I ended up selling her for $1,250, with keeping those other bits. So sold her, and she's going to a good home. The guy's already done quite a bit of work to her. She looks quite good, and she's going to be sailing in a similar area, so I might see her out on the water one day, which would be pretty cool to film. Right, now that the Misumi's sold, the next boat, I've already got her, she's out in the outside the shed, but you will find out in the next episode what I got and why I got her. I'll do a comparison between Misumi and the new boat, and I think I picked a really good one. Definitely a bit of a project, so there's a lot of project videos going to come out on this. Trying to keep it to a budget again, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go over budget, and I'm going to keep this boat for quite a while, I think. Quite like the small cruising boat, but yeah, so stay tuned for the next episode, being about a week's time. I'm uploading every single week, so subscribe and like, comment on this one, tell me what you think, and see if you can guess what the next boat is. I know I've told some of you on my Instagram, so you two keep quiet, but for everyone else, try and guess what it is, what I could get. I'll give you a hint. It's under 25 foot, but it's over 18 foot, so it's in that range, and it's still a pre-90s boat, so nice, good construction, thick fiberglass, very strong boat. So good luck guessing, and if someone gets it, then I will do something. I don't know what, I'll do something. Now, subscribe so you can see the next episode where I do the boat unveil, and also like, comment, and I will get back to you down below if you have any questions or if you just want to know something. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I kind of want to go for a boat with 2 keels instead. What am I saying about the new boat? Can't be doing this. Saying too much. But anyway.